Death Dealer here, and this is my first ever YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about CRSED, which is Cuisine Royale 2nd edition. We're talking about some beginners basics, tips and tricks, and some just general information about the game. First thing we're going to run through is the menus. So in the menus, this is the main screen. We go back to our heroes. There's 7 heroes. Each hero has a special ability, an ultimate ability. So we see Clyde is Beast. He goes Beast mode, runs around on all fours, punches people, dealing high amounts of damage. While he's in Beast mode, he runs faster, jumps higher, etc. We've got Annie. Her ability is bullet time, slows everything down around her, but to other people everything is still moving fast. It can be good if someone's running around really fast. Use your ultimate, slow them down for your vision. You can laser them. It also highlights the other players with like an aura around them to make it easier to see. We've got Ocelot. His ability is to turn invisible, so you can use it to sneak up on people, use it to retreat and find cover, a better position. We've got Eric Forson. His ability is like Thor from the Avengers. He'll fly up in the air, come slamming down, push enemies away. Yeah, it's good for traversing the map if you're stuck in the zone, surprising people, you know, landing next to them, shooting them, or landing next to them and just hitting them with the melee. We've got Viper. Her ability is a dash ability, 3 dashes, each dash does less distance. We've got Louis Bocart Celine. He raises zombies, up to 3 zombies, which will follow him around and they will shoot anyone who comes near them, anyone in their line of sight. And then we got Sin, whose ability is Fireflies. They will send fireflies in a 75-meter radius and reveal enemy locations by lighting them up with the fireflies. And then we go back to the main screen. So here the first thing we'll look at is character progression. As you level up your character, you'll have a series of unlocks. So I'm level 15, so it's 14. Next one I unlock is 15, which will be the jump ability. In order to unlock these, you will need Eternal Grace, and you will have to have the one before it unlocked before you can progress to the next one. So the next one's going to cost me 940 Eternal Grace. I have 710. Eternal Grace can be earned from achievements. As you can see, I've got 3 achievements left to do. That's 500, 1,000. Can also be earned on the rewards page. These are the 3 rewards at the top, and we've got the Battle Pass rewards at the bottom. You'll see Eternal Grace on there. You can also unlock souls, flare guns, scrolls, cosmetics, and summoning stones. Now these summoning stones are used to summon heroes that are locked. You need 8 to unlock a hero. They can be unlocked for free. Completing the battle pass should give you enough, if not more, to unlock at least 1 on the free rewards, and on the battle pass you'll unlock some extra summoning stones and some other bits and pieces. If you are going to purchase any in-game content, I would recommend buying the battle pass and then using the summoning stones to unlock the characters rather than buying the characters. With the Eternal Grace, you can also go into your customization, go on to inventory and buy a flare gun. Don't recommend doing that because that's just a waste of your Eternal Grace. You want to save your Eternal Grace for the character progressions. Here we have weapons. These are melee weapons. They can be unlocked through character progression and on the battle pass. We'll start off with the basic knife. You'll want to try and upgrade that as soon as you can because the knife isn't as good as the others. Gadgets at the moment, all we've got is a boombox. Pretty pointless. Looks cool, plays music, gives your location away. You can drop it on the floor with the music playing to try and set a trap. We've got expressions which are like graffiti and emotes. We've got familiar. The first one you start off is a butterfly, and then you can unlock or purchase other ones. They just basically follow you around. You can see I've got the butterfly on her shoulder. I've got the a bat there on her shoulder. Then they've got a dragonfly. These ones here are considered rare. It's a reliable familiar, allowing you to look at yourself from outside. I don't 100% understand what that means. I think maybe there's a way to control your familiar so you can look around yourself rather than just the way you're facing, but I haven't unlocked any, so I don't actually know just yet. Masks, just cosmetics. Outfits, again, just cosmetics. Hats, this is for purchasing the Founders Edition. You get a crown you can run around with. Spirit Guardians are like passive abilities. Basically, there's a variety of different ones unlocked through character progression and on the battle pass. There's different tiers to them, make them a bit stronger, etc. Tombstones, quite important. When you die, you'll drop a tombstone. We will get into that a bit later. First one you start off is a basic tombstone, which allows you to carry 50% of the souls that you had before you died, carry over to the next battle. However, you can only carry a maximum of 50 of the basic tombstone. The ones that you then later unlock are just cosmetically different, but they also allow you to take 35% the souls over, but a maximum of 100. So as long as you've got more than 100, you should be able to carry more over than the 50% basic one. They are all the same, the unlockable ones, they just, again, cosmetically different. Hex bags are similar to grenades. You start off with a repulsion hex bag, you'll throw it at someone, it'll push them away, and then you get some other ones. Silence one stops abilities, black hole pulls enemies towards it. A zombie hex bag spawns one zombie that attacks the enemies. Angry swarm basically covers the person's vision in fireflies, making it harder to see. Swamp hex bag makes them run slower. Weakness hex bag reduces their maximum health, and high recoil means they're going to be spraying everywhere. Abilities, these are secondary abilities. Got some ones here. These ones here are tier 3. I've only unlocked the first one. I unlocked was Treasure Hunter, and the Heal ability tier 2. I unlocked them on the battle pass. Again, through character progression and battle pass, the other ones can be unlocked. So we've got Heal, got Oxygen, Oxygen tank one, which is increased stamina. We've got Speed, which you run faster for a short amount of time. Jump higher, and then a better Treasure Hunter, which reveals loot in a certain distance. Obviously, the higher the tier, the better they are. We've got Scrolls, which are essentially a scroll you take into battle. It will be in the inventory, you can use it instantly. So you've got Trap Scrolls and Ritual Scrolls. And then traps are ones that you have on you at all times. You can lay them down. They can be different things like push aside, grenade traps, fridge traps, Molotov traps. So look at this one: Grim Weakness trap, Mystic trap, minus 50% of maximum health while in the active zone. You can put cover down. So we've got reinforced shield. Basically, puts some cover in front of you to protect you. Have a play around with them, learn what ones you like, what ones you don't like, and then choose what ones you want to take into battle. At the top we have rituals, so these can be used in game. Again, if you have a ritual scroll, it can be used instantly. If you're carrying your normal rituals in with you, it requires a certain amount of sinners' souls to use. There's a variety of different ones. You've got a zombie apocalypse, which will call loads of zombies into the match, which attack everyone, including yourself. You've got what's this one? Sun eclipse, so it makes the sun eclipsed, so it makes the map dark. If you have a night hunter, spirit guardian, you can see people in the dark. Second wind ritual, all heroes can use their abilities without cooldown. Ritual steady hands, lowers recoil. Got ritual of killing sun, if you're in the sun and you will take damage. Again, any ritual called in will affect yourself, your teammates and everyone else playing the game. It's for a certain amount of time that the ritual runs for. The bigger the play zone, the longer the ritual lasts. The smaller the play zone, it won't last as long. Right, then we've got challenges. So these are basically daily missions. Doing your challenges will give you the next reward on the reward screen, the free and the battle pass. So doing both of them, sometimes you get free, you'll move up 3 rewards. They can be changed out if there's one that you can't do because it's a frag grenade trap. You haven't got the frag grenade trap, you can click on it, swap it out for another one. I've completed mine today, so I can't do that. We've gone through everything on the customization. So next thing to do would be to talk about it in game. Right, so now we're moving on to the in-game basic tips and tricks and information. This is obviously for beginners. If you have played this game, then you will probably know the majority of it, but there may be still a thing or two that you don't know. I am planning to do an intermediate and a pro version of the video, so please subscribe and turn their notifications on and ring that bell, stay up to date for when those videos are launched. But let's get into the video. So the first thing you're going to do when you spawn in is instantaneously start looting. Now this game is different from other battle royales. As most battle royales, you will fall from the sky, choose where you want to land. This game will spawn you into a random location. If you look at the top right of the screen now, you see there's 21 people in the game. That will keep climbing. They will spawn in continuously until it reaches the max amount. So if you're one of the first people to spawn into the game, you want to get in there early and start looting as quick as you can. This will give you an edge over the guys that are still loading in. You want to be looking for guns, armor and mods. I'm not doing too bad. I've got a helmet, body armor and buttocks protection. So there's 3 tiers to the armor. So I've got tier 2 armor here, tier 1 there, tier 3 is the best. The mods you can carry go in the slots here, sorry, down here. You can carry 2 mods at a time. It is worth mixing and matching them, trying to find a combination that suits your playstyle. Personally, I like the 7 League boots, which make you jump higher, and the Hermes Knees of Speeds that make you run faster. That's the combination I tend to go for. Other people like the Hermes Knees and the oxygen tank, because the Hermes Knees drain your stamina faster and the oxygen tank will reduce that, so you can run for longer and quicker using that combination. But there's other combinations you can try. Just use the ones that suit your playstyle, mix and match them. I personally don't normally carry a pistol, so I will just drop that. So as I said, you want to start looting straight away, head into buildings, pick up gear. If you have your treasure hunter ability, you can pop it straight away, tell you where the loot is through the buildings. Looking for armor, mods, guns. There are loot fridges in the game, which are essentially loot boxes. Open them and loot will come out. There may be some armor, some guns, some food, etc. in there. You want to look for some food. Food is how you heal in this game. You have canned food jars. Don't ask me why they're canned and in a jar, but that is your basic healing, which will increase your health a little bit slowly over time. And you have your dinner plates, which will increase your health a bit more, and then your royal dinners will increase it to full, but again over time. When you are looting, it is worth checking everywhere. Inside majority of the buildings there will be a loft hatch. This door's already open. Got yourself a bag, small, medium and large bags. I've just picked up a small one. So here's the loft hatch. You can jump on this wardrobe, open the loft hatch, check in the loft. Normally always loot in the loft. A lot of people don't check or don't know to check, so always keep that in mind when you're looting. Hopefully I'll be able to find a fridge and show you the fridges, but there's a regular fridge, a premium fridge, a tactical fridge, and a royal fridge. The regular fridge will normally just carry regular guns inside, maybe some tier 1 armour. Premium is the higher quality armour and better weapons. Tactical fridge will carry better weapons and armour, and in a royal fridge will have royal dinners in it, better armour, and normally a pan of Perseus, which is a melee weapon. I spawn in with my katana every game now because I've unlocked it. Another quick tip that you might not know is you can unload the gun while the clip is in the gun. You just tap LB and now it's in my inventory. So if I'm swapping this dinner plate for another gun, the reason I call it a dinner plate is a DP27, but it's got a big plate on it which looks like a dinner plate. If I'm swapping it and someone else wants the ammo, I'm going to drop it on the floor. I could just take the ammo out, drop it on the floor, swap for another gun, teammate can come pick it up. You can use area loot, so if there is loot in the area that you are trying to pick up a specific item but you don't want to pick up loads of stuff, you can press start, items nearby, there'll be a list of items there. However, while you are in this screen you cannot move. You can turn around and look side to side, but you cannot move. You are vulnerable to being shot and killed. I try not to use that. Wherever possible I will look around and press X, that way I can still move and dodge any incoming bullets. So here we have raw dinner, nimbus of protection, small bag, blah blah blah. So now I have two mods. I have the IV bag of regeneration and the nimbus of protection dark forces. The IV bag will heal me over time, the halo will protect me from the dark zone. We've got someone down here and he's dead. So as I said with the mods, just mix and match them, try and find a combination that you like. We're going to talk about movement now. So always to try and keep moving even when you're looting. See how I picked the majority of that stuff up there. I will then go somewhere safe, press start, see what I don't need. I don't have an AVS, so I'll drop that, keep the grenades, and I keep everything else. That way I've done it while I was protected, rather than do it out in the open, in the start menu, like this. Now I can't move, someone could easily get a headshot off me, game over. You will also collect coins in the game, down here, for 35 Aztec coins. They can be used at a slot machine in order to win loot, such as guns, armour, etc. You can lose on a slot machine and it will drop grenades. You will need to run like hell if it drops the grenades, because the area effect of the damage is quite vast. Also let your teammates know, because if they walk out of a building straight into the grenades, they'll blow up and die. So just shout grenades and run like hell. So carrying on with movement, you want to move around as much as you can. I like to jump side to side, look around, make sure I'm checking all the areas. This will just generally make it harder for people to hit you while you're moving. I tend to always have my melee out, as you run faster with the melee. If you are running two different types of guns, such as an AR and a sniper rifle, I would always have the AR at the top. That way when you swap back from your melee to a gun, you're going to have your AR out, or your SMG, rather than if you've got a sniper rifle at the top. I know the SVT isn't a sniper rifle, it's a semi-automatic DMR, but if you had a sniper rifle out and you suddenly see someone and you swap gun, you've now got a bolt action. If you miss that first shot, you're more than likely going to die. So whatever gun is in top will be the gun that you pull out first. Another tip is when you are coming up to a town or a building, if you suspect people are there, I would crouch and sneak in. That's one way you can sneak up on them, catch them by surprise. It limits the sound that the footsteps make. as opposed to sprinting and running, etc. Another way you can surprise people is, instead of going through the front door, go over the roof, through the window. You know, you've got to try and surprise them. See, if there was someone in there, they may have heard me run past this way. I can jump up on the roof, crouch down would be preferable, sneak over to this window, look through, or just climb through. There's a bigger house, you can catch them by surprise. Try not to take the most obvious route, going through the front door. 9 times out of 10 they're going to hear you, they're going to be ready looking at the door. When you are moving around, you want to try and use the cover. So if there's any rocks or anything you can get behind, trees, building, any foliage that can mask or conceal your movement, you want to try and use to your advantage. Try and take the high ground if you can, but don't just get to the very top of a hill and just stand there, as you will silhouette. People will see you easily. So instead of being up here, everyone down there can see that I'm right on top of the hill. Just move down a little bit so you have some of the hill behind you. It makes it a bit harder for them to see you. Or take up a position on the hill that's got a bit of foliage covering you, or behind a tree where you've actually got some hard cover, or a rock, anything like that. If you're on top of a building, don't stand on top of the tip of the roof, stand a little bit behind it so you've got some cover, you can easily move behind, duck behind, etc. That's probably about it for movement, but like I said, just, you know, keep moving, jumping, ducking, try not to run in a straight line. Makes it a bit harder for someone to hit you. If they do miss, you can try and pinpoint a location through the sound, which is the next thing. You want to keep listening out for footsteps, gunshots, slot machine grenades going off. Just try and pinpoint where people are. You also want to keep an ear out for the zone moving. The zone does make a noise. It's more like it's like a whooshing sound. We'll hear it in about 30 seconds. I'll try and be quiet so we can try and listen to it. Listen out for people's abilities. Each ability sounds different. So my heal ability, like a charm, dash ability, sounds like that. The beast mode, you'll hear him roar. The guy raising the zombies, you'll also hear that. They all sound different, but some of them can sound similar. So in 2 seconds you'll hear the zone. No, you won't, because it hasn't started, it's actually finishing. So in 10 seconds you hear the zone. Also, when you're climbing up a hill, if you hold A, you will climb up it quicker. So you hear that little shoo, that is when the zone's moving. So it's quite good because it gives you another way of knowing when the zone is moving. That's probably a bit about it for sounds. We're moving to gunfights. Nice, quick, easy tip. Laying down reduces your recoil massively. If you're in a gunfight, you're sniping someone long distance, or just using a long distance gun, you see someone closer and you're sprinting and you want to change gun, it won't work. But if you jump, press Y then jump, it will change gun. Same thing as eating. If you need to eat, it won't eat while you're running, so just jump and then eat the food. Sometimes it won't always work. You need to try and time it right before you start sprinting again, or it will cancel the eating. In order to lean like I am left and right, it's very simple. Hold start, go to controls, view, lean in, axis, move, left analog stick left and right, bind it, and every time you move left and right it will lean. Makes it a bit harder to be shot. It also can be difficult until you get used to it to get a shot on target, as it will change the position of your reticle. You can shoot, hip fire, you can toggle, so if you tap the left trigger it will then hold it for you, or you can just move in and out from aim down sight, holding your left trigger and releasing it. Again, sound is key in this game. I heard him coming up on me, turned around and killed him. When you do kill someone, you do want to try and take out their tombstone with your souls. Souls are like a currency in order to use your ability. You can see in the bottom right I've got 328 souls. There's about a little fire location. Little fire symbol, should I say, not location. And my ability costs 95. Your secondary abilities are free, but they time out. If you're playing squads or duos, just because someone is full dead does not mean that their teammates are all dead as well. You can full kill someone for headshot. It just depends how much damage you do on them. If they do go down and they're not full dead, then they definitely have a teammate alive. Just because they're full dead doesn't mean their teammates are dead. Alright, so if you see there, I heard him shoot, took cover, come up and then killed him. Always try to have some cover around that you can get behind, so you can work out where the enemy is. We'll jump into another one, and then we're going to move on to abilities. Okay, so moving on to abilities now. So in order to do your ultimate ability, which is unique to each character, it requires souls as the currency, sinners' souls I should say. And in order to get souls, you get them from kills and destroying the tombstone of anyone who has died. Everybody who is killed will drop a tombstone. Destroying that gives you extra souls. I also have a spirit guardian which gives me souls per every minute spent alive in the game. You can get ones from eating food. That will give you extra souls. The higher the tier, the more souls you'll get. It is important to try and destroy every tombstone or every person you kill. If it's at a distance, shoot it out. If you're up close, just hit it with your melee till it breaks, just to get those extra souls. It's also important to note, if you win a game of Cuisine Royale 2nd edition, you will spawn into the next game with no souls, whereas if you died, you will spawn in with either 50% of your souls up to a max of 50 if you have the basic tombstone, or you'll come in with 35% of your souls up to a maximum of 100 if you have the unlocked tombstones. Now in the bottom right you will see a little flame symbol as mentioned earlier. The number next to that will be the number of souls you have. And then in the middle of the screen at the bottom you will see two abilities. The left one is your ultimate ability, and how many souls it costs is 95 for this character. And on the right you will have your secondary ability. Mine's heal, doesn't cost any souls, just has a timer once you use it. As soon as I get to 95 souls I will be able to use my ability. So if I kill this guy, I mean with that terrible shooting, probably not. But with that shooting, I probably will. So again, cover is key. I managed to lay down a little bit of ground in front of me to stop him being able to hit me. Destroy a tombstone, get the extra souls. Now I can use my ability as I have 176 souls. Now, key part of using your ability is knowing when to use it and not just using it for the sake of it. depending on the character's ability, depends on when to use it really. For instance, if you're playing as a zombie guy who raises zombies, I would just raise the zombies straight away. If you're playing as Clyde and you've got beast mode, I'd be a bit more tactical when you use the beast mode. With this character, you can use it to quickly get behind someone and use your melee, use it to dash away to find cover, use it to get into the zone. Just have a play around with the characters. As I said, each character has a unique ability. The season change will unlock another set of characters on a free trial for a limited time. You know, try them out, buy the battle pass, or just wait until you've got enough summoning stones to unlock a character. But unlock one that you've played and like, or like the sound of. Get used to the ability, have play around with it. Make sure you're destroying them tombstones to get the souls. And just try and find a play style and character that you enjoy playing and you can do well playing with. So for instance, this guy over here who's just randomly stopped shooting at me, I would dash again, one last time, and random hit him with the melee. And that was pretty easy because that was a bot, but it's just a quick way of showing you how to use ability at the right time. We also have secondary ability, so mine is heal. My health's a bit low. Tops it up a bit. They can be mixed and matched on any character. They are unlocked on the rewards pass, battle pass, and character progression. I would recommend the heal one. It can help you out in a tricky situation. The treasure hunter is quite good if you want to grab some loot quick, and the speed ability is also very handy to be able to run around the map quicker and use your melee to cut them down. Now I think I just made a rookie error and I didn't destroy his tombstone, which I would have had a lot more souls had I destroyed his tombstone. Saying that though, I think I might have done. Right, so there's lots of explosions over here. It sounds like someone's in the anti-aircraft gun on the back of a truck. Didn't really sound like the grenades from... oh, someone there. Third shot. Hit him, reload. Shoots you at me. Close the distance. So, it's a combination of things there, as you just saw. Moving, ability, jumping. Just trying to make it harder for me to be hit. Again, that was another bot. Real players will move a bit different to that. So moving on to campfires. So campfires in this game are used to revive your teammates by picking up their heart. If they are full dead, you can pick up their heart once, take it to a campfire and resurrect them. They're also used to fill the hex bags. So I have a hex bag and it is just a repulsion one. Throw it like a grenade. That was a grenade. Throw the hex bag like a grenade. And it will repulse anyone that it lands near. But you can pick up empty hex bags, take them to a campfire, and you will refill them just by tapping X on Xbox. Or square on PlayStation. You can normally see the plumes of smoke coming up from the campfires. Just heard someone behind me. Plumes of smoke, there's a campfire. Take the heart of your fallen comrade there, they can be resurrected. I'll go there to fill up your hex bags. I do not recommend driving around in cars on this game because it is too noisy. It just alerts too many people. Right, as a ritual has just gone off, I will now explain rituals. Rituals also use souls. If you hold up on the D-pad, these two here will be rituals. See, I've got ritual of the moon gravity, ritual of killing sun, 400 for the sun, 300 for the moon gravity. There's a variety of different rituals you can do. That brown note one turns toilets into teleporters. You find an outdoor toilet, jump in it, it will teleport you to another random outdoor toilet. Moon gravity is basically what it says on the tin. Moon gravity, you jump, you float about. The bigger the zone, the longer the ritual will last. The smaller the zone, the quicker it will end. The rituals can be good, but they do affect everybody on the map, including yourself. So if you do a zombie apocalypse, the zombies will attack you. You do the killing sun, the sun will kill you. The ritual fast run can help you run into the zone quicker, but everyone else was also running around quicker. So just be careful when you're calling them in. Try and take a different, at least one different ritual to your teammates, so you can have a variety of different rituals. You can only use one at a time. So if somebody's already called in a ritual, you can't then do yours until it's finished for everyone. But if you have a variety of different rituals, you can use them to change the dynamic of the game into your favour. So have a play around with them, see how it goes. You'll unlock them again on the free pass, the battle pass and character progressions. You also get scrolls, which I've got here, a ritual of meteor shower. I can put that in right now. Doesn't cost any souls. And now the ritual meteor shower is that big red circle on the map just in front of me. On the map here, this shows you where the ritual was cast, so it can give you an indication of where someone is. So just be aware if you are calling it in, it will let everyone know that's where you called it in. Next thing I'm going to talk about is traps. So I've got 3 traps here: push aside, teleport and jump trap. You can have grenade traps where people set on campfires. If you are going to a campfire, just be careful. There will be like a hex sort of symbol on the floor like that. If you go near it, it will drop a grenade. Not necessarily a grenade, it might be a Molotov, it might just be a push trap. Push trap is like that, jump trap is like that. Now another tip, is more of an intermediate tip than I'd say beginner, because you need to unlock the traps first, but you can assign traps to your D-pad. So I've got the push right on my right D-pad, double tap right, do my push right, pull down, double tap left to do my teleport. Just teleport back, and double tap down on my bounce pad. The same way you done the lean, I explained the lean, but just so you know, go into controls, I believe it's other, draw sign 3, 4 and 5, they're your traps. You only have 3 traps, and draw sign 1 and 2 are your rituals. You can just assign a button just so it makes it a bit quicker to put them down. So I use the push trap to help me move around the map quicker, get me out of some sticky situations, the jump trap to get on top of things, get a better look around the map, and then the teleport trap is obviously to teleport. The traps do not cost souls. As you unlock them on the passes, give them a try. They may be the ones you prefer. get traps that help you traverse across the map. I'd call them movement traps, I suppose. And then you've got status effect traps, so shaky hands, which gives you really bad recoil. You get the swarm trap, which covers you in a swarm of flies, which reduces your visibility. Low health trap, and then you've got your damage traps or lethal traps. You can age and molotovs, etc. Yeah, just try them out as you unlock them, see what ones you like using. Only got one bullet left. Okay, so we've got two more things to talk about. First one is the map. Fairly simple. Press back or select on console and it'll bring up the map. If you press the left on the D-pad, it will become interactive. You can move it around, zooming in with the triggers, zooming out with the triggers. You've got your zone, play zone, and the blue zone. You can mark on the map by pressing A. You'll find your missions. So I've got to clear zombie infestation in Novinki. That is up there next to the map. It'll tell you what the mission is, and then your location will be on the map too. When you are carrying someone's heart or an empty hex bag, the campfires will show up as a gold campfire symbol on the map, and then you can put a marker down and run towards it. And then the last thing to talk about is the blue zone, storm, gas. There's various different names for it in battle royales. This is the dark zone for Resident Royale. It shrinks periodically. As I said, it makes a noise as it shrinks. If you are on the side with the bigger distance, as all battle royale, so I'll show you as it closes. This side will shrink a lot faster than this side. So if you're on the skinny side, you've got more time to run in. If you're on this side and you're here, it will shrink faster because the circle will close and all points will touch at the same time, apart from this part which is already touching. As the zone gets smaller, you take more damage if you're in the dark zone. It also doesn't shrink like other battle royale games where it just closes in a circle. This actually shrinks as a sphere, so if you get to the last zone and it starts shrinking and you're on a roof, the ceiling of the zone will come down, and you need to be inside the bubble rather than just inside the circle. So you could need to be on the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. As long as you're inside the bubble, you're safe. But if you're on the roof and the zone has shrunk below you, you need to get inside the building. You can survive in the dark zone for quite some time in the earlier stages. I think it may need to get a bit stronger so it kills you a bit faster. It's only really in the late game that it starts to get more painful. Right, so that is about it for the beginners, basics, tips and tricks and information on CRSED. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, click the bell, turn notifications on. I will be doing an intermediate one and possibly a pro one. And the reason I've had to break it up like that is because on this game you have to unlock the abilities, the traps, etc. So if you are a beginner, you won't necessarily be able to do the intermediate tips and tricks. But if there's anything I missed or anything you can think of or anything I've helped you with, drop a comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like.